we're looking at variation and we are discussing inverse variation. In inverse variation, if one of the variables increases, the other variable decreases, and if one of the variables decreases, the other one increases. So there's an inverse relationship between the two variables. So when we have that kind of relationship, when one of the variable increases and the other variable decreases, we say we have an inverse relationship. So in inverse relationship, of the variables, when one of the variables increases, the other decreases. So if we have, say, x varies inversely as y. This is how to write that. X varies inversely as y. So we have that x varies inversely as y. As x will increase, y will decrease. If x decreases, y also increases. So that x varies inversely as y, we can also say y varies inversely as x. These two relationships are actually the same. So having written that down, if x varies inversely as y, then we can say s is equals to k times 1 over y. Removing the proportionality sign, which simply becomes x is equals to k over y. So we'll take an example on inverse variation to see how we can solve questions on inverse variation. Example 1. If x varies inversely as y and x is equal to 7 number 1 over 2, when y is equals to 4, find one, the equation connecting x and y. Find one, the equation connecting x and y. Then for 2, find y when x is equal to 20. Find y when x is equal to 20. So let's see how we'll go about this. We'll go over our question again. If x varies inversely as y and x is equal to 7 number 1 over 2 and y is equals to 4, find the equation connecting x and y. So the first thing to do is to write out our inverse sign. So we have that x is inversely proportional to 1 over y, so that x will be equals to k over y. But if x is equals to 7 number 1 over 2, y will be equal to 4. So we'll fix our values there. 7 number 1 over 2 is the same thing as 2 times 7, 14, plus 1, that's 15 over 2. So x is actually 15 over 2. So we can say 15 over 2 is equal to k over, and y is 4. So in place of y here, I put 4. So I can have, if I cross multiply, I have 2 times k is equal to 15 times 4. To get k here, I divide both sides by 2, so I have k left here, so that becomes 15 times 4 over 2, which is equal to 60 over 2, and that gives me 15. So I have that k is equal to 15. So for the first question, the relationship connecting x and y is simply x is equal to 15 over y. So this is the relationship between x and y. So for the second question, we have that find y when x is equal to 20. Find y when x is equal to 20. So I'll simply substitute the value of s equals to 20 here to be able to get y. So I simply have that the relationship between x and y is x is equals to 15 over y. So in place of s, I put 20 there. So I have 20 is equal to 15 over y. The same as 20 over 1. So what do I do next? I cross multiply. That becomes 20 times y, then 15 times 1. So I have 20 times y is equals to 15 times 1. So I have 20y is equals to 15. To get y, I divide both sides by 20. If I divide both sides by 20, I have 20y over 20 is equals to 15 over 20. So 20 cancels 20. I have that y is equals to 15 over 20. So 5 into 20 here is 3. 5 into 15 is 3. 5 into 20 is 4. So I have 3 over 4. So we can say when x is equal to 20, y is equal to 3 over 4.